Hi friends, in my previous videos I have talked about the beginning of the Sikh Empire with Banda Singh Bahadur. I have talked about the peak of the Sikh Empire with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Now I finish the series with the fall of the Sikh Empire, and trust me, watch till the end, it is no less amazing. It is indeed the biggest treachery in the history of India as per me. Okay, let me start off by telling you that what happened is in 1839 Maharaja Ranjit Singh died. By that time the East India Company controlled almost the most of rest of India. By this time also in 1842 the Sino Sikh war had ended. The Sikhs had completely enforced their control over Ladakh and pushed back the Chinese Tibetan troops. But towards the middle of the 1840s, what started unfolding in Punjab? After Maharaja Ranjit Singh, his son Kharak Singh became the emperor. But soon he was disposed, and his son Nonihal Singh became the emperor. Okay. Now, what was happening was there was a huge amount of politics between the Punjabi Sikhs and the Jammu Hindu Dogras. Okay, so Nonihal Singh was then killed, and then his other son, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Sher Singh, another of his sons, okay, was made the king with the backing of the Dogras. But soon again, he died in mysterious circumstances. When he and some of the Dogras, when they were going sever, they were also killed. Now, his Maharaja Ranjit Singh's another infant son and his youngest wife, Jind Kaur, Dalip Singh was the infant and who became the king, and his mother Jind Kaur became the regent. Okay, and the most powerful two people became Lal Singh and Tej Singh in the whole cabinet. Okay, who were leading the army and all. In the army, as individual zamindars sensed and got absolutely unhappy with the politics playing, they started increasing their own base, their own army, and soon the army started saying in the rank and file that there should be democracy at the lowest levels. They said that the dream of Guru Gobind Singh to have a kind of a democracy was being realized, and power should be with the lower people, with the individuals. This alarmed not just the court but the British also, who were very worried about this kind of democracy rise. Okay, so both started playing politics, and soon a war became imminent with the East India Company. Now, this led to the first Anglo-Sikh War. Now, there are many occasions where many groups have played treachery with troops on the Indian state and sided with the British. But this was an extraordinary war where the king, the empress, and their generals, the head generals of the Sikh army, connived, it is said, with the British to defeat their own army, because they were very worried with the rise of the power of the common soldier. When the war began, many of the British generals are noted to have written that they had such a fright by the ferocity with which the Sikh soldiers fought that they thought not just Punjab, if the other Indian states were to join together, maybe the whole of India was lost. But the Sikh generals played a spectacular role. They led their men directly into cannon fire to get their soldiers massacred. There were times where one British army was being absolutely pushed by the Sikh army, but the other Sikh army and his general kept standing, doing nothing, because if they would have supported the other Sikh army, they would have butchered the British. Time and again this happened, and they say that the Sikhs fought valiantly, but the Sikh generals outclassed them, and it led to the defeat of the Sikh Empire. The British established their domination over Punjab. Gulab Singh, who was the leader of the Dogras, who had supported the British, got his reward in the form of an independent Jammu and Kashmir. Soon, sometime later, there was some revolt in the Sikhs ranks, and some people again rose up to fight the British. And probably in the court also there was a realization ki what had they done. You know, they had sold Punjab in a way, but it was too late. This time, when the Second Anglo-Sikh War happened, the British completed their annexation of Punjab, and the last big power in the country which could have challenged the British was finished, and the entire India was now under British occupation. This was the sad end of the mighty Punjab Empire. Just imagine, friends, what level of treachery our people have done to our own people. And that is what enabled the British to rule us. Thank you.